First of all, I would like to, thank all the Optimizory team and Atlassian, community to allow me to stand here and talk about AI and their capabilities and how industries can implement and integrate AI into their businesses so that they can achieve their their results successfully. Okay. So first of all, I'm not a tech guy. I have completed my BTech in civil engineering and MTech in transportation engineering, which is, the more, a subset of civil engineering. And then, I worked on my own startup for 3-4 years, and which was in waste management. And I was also using some kinds of technology to, optimize how the waste management is nowadays being done. Then later on, I pursued MBA from IIM Sambalpur, and I did my MBA in strategy and finance. And in March 2024, I joined AccunAI as a project head. And since then, I have been working in quality segment, where my work is to look whether the data that we are creating on our own data set, on our own data engine. So we have our own data engine which is developed by our own developers, where we onboard any AI trainer as per the requirement of the project, and we create data set on our own data engine, and then we give it to the client to feed their AI, and then we check the efficiency whether the data set that we have created is as per the client's requirement or not. So generally in AI, we take care of more than 95% efficiency. So yeah. So some introduction about myself. Okay, so I started my journey as a BTech in civil engineering, where I took couple of projects in robotics. I was doing civil engineering, but I was more passionate and trying to learn more about how new technologies like programming and all of these things works. So it was very fascinating for me, for when we code something and we instruct a robot by just using a code, then that fascinated me. And I built couple of projects, and later on my curiosity takes me to a national level competition where our team won the first. And no other team, they came from big uh, colleges like IITs and NITs and BITS, but nobody was closer to even 50% of our speed. Okay, we built a maglev. You guys know what maglev is. Okay, then it was the first time that I encountered natural NLP in my MTech, where I worked on dynamic routing. Okay, not exactly what is Orion is doing nowadays, but we built a software which optimizes the path of a vehicle, and hence reducing the fuel cost and transportation cost, whatever the rest of the cost that involves in the transportation of a vehicle. So this is a very shocking truth that about 70 to 80% of the AI projects fail. And the major reason behind this is not the proper planning, and the objective is not clear. Okay, most of the companies, they just want to implement AI to enhance and optimize their operations and whatever things they do, but they are not even close to the perfect implementation and the integration of the AI. So here I want to give you two examples. Like, first one is the IBM Watson. Okay, the team has created huge data set, and they train their models and algorithms, but they didn't even close to the required results. Okay, the team was working on oncology, and they tried to find out and help patients who are having cancers, but the team failed the project because they have trained their data, they have trained their AI and their algorithms with the with not exactly the real patient data, but they have trained by synthetic data. Okay, and some of the issues they were having is like uh, in one cases the algorithm suggested bleeding medicine for the person who is actually bleeding. Okay, so these were some of the issues that they closed the uh, whole program, and they started working on something other. And another example is you must have heard about Amazon AI recruiting software, which was failed, and because of biasing of hiring male uh, male employees more than the female employees. So that was the biasness that Amazon were facing during this project. And the you must have heard about newses in LinkedIn and on other platforms that people criticizes these kinds of program. And later on Amazon closed this program, and they still are working on to enhance these models, but it will take some time. So these are the things that most of the AI projects fails. Recently I had a conversation with one of my friend who is in Maruti, and he recently shifted from a manufacturing department to AI department. And his initial work is to find the AI capabilities, and to talk with vendors who are working in AI sector to come up with some solution that the Maruti can implement and enhance, whether in terms of training their employees, or implementing AI to reduce some of the manual work in their operations. So he called me and he told me that, Kamal, you are working in AI sector. Can you please tell me what are the current capabilities of AI? Even even I don't know while working in the Maruti. So I thought that why people are facing these kinds of issues, and even though they are facing issues, so what are the reasons that they are having this? So I have come with a couple of case studies which is very fascinating, and I have been reading all of these with since a year, and I want you guys to look into it. And so the first case study uh, I'm presenting here is of Mastercard. Okay, so which uh, you must have heard about when COVID happens. So lots of people goes unemployed. Okay, and during that time, the companies are facing theft issues. So Mastercard was the one company who realized this issue, and they come up with a solution, and they take the help of generative AI and graphical data technology to come up with a solution that what happens. Let me tell you some background on this. That you know a person who is intended to do theft, what they do, they get 4 or 3 digits of the cards, whether it's a debit card or a credit card, and they sell it to the dark web. And what dark web people do, they try to get whole 16 digit from these 4 digits, and then they do transactions which payment goes to their account, and not the person who is having the actual who is the actual owner of the credit card or the debit card. So what Mastercard did with the help of generative AI and graphical data technology, they collaborated with third-party vendors, and they get the data from all of these dark webs, and with the help of these technologies, they created whole 16 digit out of these 4 or 3 digits, whatever they have, and they started decline. They started banning all of these credit cards so that it doesn't causes any further threats, or people who are not the owner of credit card, but they are getting the payments. So this was the major achievement in payment transaction services, and company invested around $2 billion, but they have saved as of now, more than $52 billion. And not only that, they also, they also halves the decline rate, and they also increases the approval rates by 3%. So all of you must have gone to Starbucks. This is one of the biggest company in coffee houses. How they are transforming coffee culture with AI, with the help of Deep Brew. So it is one of the finest technologies which any company have used in the coffee houses. And you must have seen that whenever you reach to Starbucks, or whenever you order from the Starbucks platform or application, you must have seen that whatever you like, you will get the recommendation on the basis of that. So company is actually taking care of your preferences by using Deep Brew technology. So Deep Brew is fed with all kinds of data related to you. Apart from that, the data like weather, the time of the day, okay, or the seasons, everything is going to the Deep Brew, and on the basis of that, they are recommending their best beverages to you. Okay, and by doing this, they are they have increased 4% in 4% sales in the same stores, and 2% reduction in the inventory wastage. For example, some people, like for me, I don't prefer milk in my coffee. Okay, so on the basis of that, they know that okay, today 50 people will come to that store, and only 30 people are going to have milk in their coffee or in their tea. Okay, on the basis of that, they are, and on the historical data, they are getting they are they are they are working on to manage their inventory, and that reduces 2% in the inventory wastage. And additionally, they have increased $500 million in revenue by giving personalized recommendation to their users. Now, the another case study which I found really fascinating is of JP Morgan and Chase. If you have heard about all of these like banks, they have to do a lot of paperwork before they actually pitch to their client. So JP Morgan and Chase has worked on a program called Coin, which is basically a contract. Yeah. So it is a program in which lots of lawyers and the people who is into investment and like loan officers, they worked on this program to enhance the algorithm. And so whenever a client come to a person or a company, JP Morgan Chase, what they do, they take care of the agreement, they sign the agreement with the client, and on the basis of that agreement, they check whether the client is able uh, for the money that they required or not. Okay, suppose some persons come and some companies come and they want $1 billion in a loan. Okay, then how the company is going to check whether whether the person or the company uh, can actually take this amount for their investment or not. So for this purpose, they have created a program Coin, and the program has saved 3,60,000 hours of the manual labor which is done by the loan officers, and which has saved more than $150 million. And you know it processed 12,000 commercial credit agreements in seconds. So a lot of time is saved by the company, so that the people who were working in this segment can work on something which is very intellectual and profitable for the company. Now, we must have heard about AI agents. Nowadays, every platform like LinkedIn, Instagram, every AI news has AI agents in them. Okay, so what actually the AI agents are? So AI agents are autonomous software. Okay, let's, for example, I have also been working on a robot which can take all of your emails as their data set, and on the basis of that they can reply you. For example, let's suppose Aman and I have a conversation on my Gmail. Okay, so on the basis of our past emails, if Aman, let's suppose Aman wants to have a conversation with me on a restaurant on some day. Okay, so what Aman will give a mail to me that, Kamal, if you are okay with the 15 or 30 minutes conversation on Sunday at that restaurant. So what AI will do, they will check the Aman's mail with me, and on the basis of that, it also take care of my Gmail schedule, whether I am booked on that day or not, and it'll right away take all of these information and email to Aman that, okay Aman, I'm good to go with that conversation with you, and on that day I am free, let's have a conversation on whatever you want to have. Okay, so all of these things without any manual intervention, the bot can right away book a schedule and even book the restaurant for me for 2 person. Okay, so these are the examples of AI agents, and people are working on this. And the way ahead, there is a physical agents, like AI agents are just the software, but physical agents will be a robot who will take care of everything what you require, and it will right away solve your issues. And a more thing is the multi AI agents ecosystem, where most of the AI agents will collaborate for a bigger objective. So these things are coming in a maybe in 3 years or 5 years. So we will have a big AI era ahead, and hope every industries will benefit from it. Thank you. Any questions, guys?